7:31. How is it a rush? How is it a rush to be ready for 7:31? I don't know. Welcome everybody, if you're arriving, to the Katie's Arms, your pub online. Welcome one, welcome all. Change of wine. What is this even? Barefoot Zinfandel. Now, if you're new to the pub, you may have views about this wine. I love Barefoot wine, I love Barefoot Merlot, but today we have Zinfandel because I started it, so that's what's happening. If you don't know why you're here or what you're doing here, this is the Katie's Arms, our pub online. We started the pub 5 years ago. It's a place to come and laugh and feel better. I'm not going to do the whole explainer this week because I did it last week. But essentially, if you want to be here and have a laugh for the next half an hour with me or at me, perfect. If you want to think differently to me about anything or you have different views to me, perfect. If you don't really like me but don't really have much else to do, perfect. All those things are great. If you feel the need to tell other people what they think, or you think you're the arbiter of what other people can think, or if you think what you think is right and what everyone else thinks, if it's the same, then that's right, but if it's different, then they're wrong, then politely what we say each week is, would you mind fucking off? Because we're not here for agreement. I'm not here to ask you to agree with me. And also, if you feel offended, that's great, because that will happen. And if you just wait, then someone else will be offended next. If you feel like you can't handle your own offence, again, the option's fuck off. Okay, we'll keep that to a minimum. Cheers, everybody. How's everyone doing? Hello from Nashville. I should be the next Prime Minister. Well, the bar is set quite low, isn't it, at the moment? Honestly, all of them. They're all cretins, all of them. I know we have to support one particular direction, but they're all cretins. I was thinking earlier about Mandelson, Peter Mandelson. Like, how long have all of us known that Peter Mandelson is an absolute cretin? And how has he ended up being Foreign Secretary when he's such a cretin? And now there's photos coming out of him with Epstein. We're going to see much worse photos. There is more humiliation for Mandelson coming. Hence, he went out on the front foot today to say he's really embarrassed that he ever knew Epstein. He really regrets knowing Epstein. He wishes he'd never hung out with Epstein. Yeah, you bet you do, Peter. You will find they were all fine. They were all fine doing whatever they did with Epstein on his island. They were all fine banging each other or banging young kids or whatever they were doing. I really don't want to think about it. But they don't like it when they got found out. That's the same with all politicians, isn't it? They don't like it when they get found out. And people say, oh, Katie, why don't you get into politics? I don't know that I could cope with any of them because they're all such a bunch of... I'm not allowed to say sweary words. I try not to. Anyway, lovely Mark said I swore too much last week. So I just don't know, could you really hang out with people who are that horrible all the time? I just think it would do your nut in. And the way that they're lying all the time. Emily Thornberry. Oh, God. So they're having this, Labour are trying to elect a new deputy because the ginger growler has gone. We'll talk about that. But one of the people in the running to be the new Deputy Prime Minister is that awful, awful housebrick of a woman, Emily Thornberry. And do you remember, she's the one that talks like this. She's so posh, it's not even believable. And she's got one of those really, really flat faces, Emily Thornberry. And you can tell that she went to a really exceedingly expensive private school when she was young. I imagine she boarded because she's one of those girls, you know, very, very, very large, would have been in the girls' house, probably played hockey or lacrosse, and probably talked about periods a lot, and was probably actually one of the reliable sort, you know, because rather chunky, probably didn't see many boys, but, you know, Emily Thornberry. And I imagine Emily Thornberry, my 90-year-old granddad called Angela the Growler when talking about her. Oh, thank you, Grandad. Emily Thornberry, yeah. So, and now she's pretending to be Labour, but actually is just very, very rich. Still has her contact book, which is all the people she used to know when she used to be in boarding school. Yeah, jolly hockey sticks with their horses and things. And she's the one that rocked up at someone's house and there was a white van. and did St George's Cross, do you remember? And she said, oh, look, this is the average intelligence of these people. So she's looking down her nose, but she's pretending to be like nice, but she's 100% not. I know that girl. I remember playing netball against people like her, and I always wanted to just give them an extra. But they were built like a fucking house brick. Emily Thornberry, she wouldn't blow over in a breeze. No. In fact, I think Emily Thornberry quite possibly is allergic to Monjaro or indeed Wegovy, because I can't imagine any other reason why Emily Thornberry is still the size of a fucking house brick these days. Anyway, that's the start. That's before I even, Katie, you are the one. I don't even know where that came from. Where did that come from? Can I say something quite concerning? Oh, I've just seen a message. Oh, I don't think I like the tone on this. This is a message from Lovely Mark. This is a good example of how if you read emails in a pissy tone, they can sound really pissy. Get this. So this is, if you receive an email from someone at work that you hate, right? The bitch that you hate. So you read it in the voice that's like already like, oh, fuck off, Linda. Any shop orders after today won't be sent until second week of October. So fuck you sideways. That's what... And of course he doesn't mean it like that. What Lovely Mark is saying is, because we're going to be on the road quite extensively again, if you make any lovely orders from the shop, and thank you very much for buying all the books and everything, and also I hope you're enjoying, but what he's really saying is if you make an order, please know it's going to take a little bit of time till the second week of October to get to you. So sorry about that, but we're not here. Well, people are, but we're not. But if you read it like in the manner of where you hate HR, and everyone should hate HR. Anyone here work at HR? Bloody HR. Fucking gossipy old cowbags. You know how I feel about HR. They just sit there, don't they? Hold on. Let me get my... Oh, God, sorry. Get my thing. This is HR, isn't it? Obviously, they don't look like this. I mean, not that I look like anything, but what I mean is I'm not 155 stone. HR, they just sit there. Oh, yeah. What seems to be the problem? Hold on. I'm just going to put everything you've just told me into an email so I can bitch about it. Then I'm going to see the manager above you and then dob you in. Because that might get me a promotion, but it will sure as hell fuck you over. And then I'm going to write it down on a few forms. And then when you're not in the room, I'm going to eat another donut and then chat and bitch to this woman here who's also from HR. And then next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll be out on a course so that we can accrue some more, whatever those fucking points are that they accrue. Fucking HR. No business needs HR of any description. They're always overweight. They always, they do that thing where they have a spare pair of shoes under their desk. So they come in their fucking awful Skechers, and then under the desk they have these sad, awful heels. Like, this isn't a snob thing. This is just, and then they get their foot out of their Skechers with their tights and put it into their shitty, battered high heels so that they look more like HR. And they've always got shit highlights. That's how you know someone works in HR. Shit highlights. I think I'm not being very nice. Should we try and be a bit nicer? Or should we have a massive bitch fest? Should we just have a night off and just bitch? I say yes. What do we say? HR have made work unbearable. Absolutely. HR aren't there for you, they're there for the company. No, I don't think so. I think they're mostly there for themselves. And to get those, what are they called, those points that they get when they do a course? Oh, I've got many points in my continuing, that's it, continuing CPD. Yeah, I've got 100,000 million CPD points, yeah. Because I essentially spend all my time doing courses with flip charts. There's always a flip chart, isn't there? And they're always like trying to get you. So what we're going to do now, if you'd like to work with the table that you're set at, is we're going to do this exercise. And we're going to think about things in the business that you think are really, really positive. And then she goes, positive. And, not allowed to do Joe Deacon. Positive. So if you'd all like to write down 3 things on your Post-its that you think are really, really positive. And then we're going to stick them up here. And then we're going to discuss. Okay? So what we'll do is put the Post-its up. Then we're going to have a discussion. So now, if you'd like to work in your tabletops for, and then they give you a huge amount of time. Like, so if you'd like to chat about that for 25 minutes. 25 fucking minutes? 25 minutes, fat Brenda. I've had children in 25 minutes. I don't need 25 minutes to think about 3 things, because what you're actually going to do, Fat Brenda, is go out there, get yourself a donut, probably have a waz or a shit, and then come back and say, right, let's have a little chat about that. It's just such brain dead, retard behaviour. I can't bear it. And they think they're so fucking great. Okay, great. Bitch fest continues. Oh, now let's bitch about the Black and White Tea Towel Brigade. So when I was in London, 2 things. One, look, now I'm going to say thank you. So we're not going to bitch the whole way through, right? But Black and White Tea Towel Brigade were in London when I was in London this weekend. And interesting, so they all came up on the train and they were all, la la la, free, free Palestine, free, free Palestine. What are we going to do? Free Palestine. And then they all went to Parliament Square and sat down, and I think they felt better about themselves because they felt like they'd freed Palestine. I guess what they hadn't really done is freed Palestine. I guess what they had done is walked through London on a nice sunny day and all felt better about themselves in their black and white tea towels, and they'd shouted quite a lot. But I will give them, that is quite similar to freeing Palestine. You know, freeing an Arab nation, one of, I think, 53, is it, Arab nations the Arabs have got? And Israel's got how many? Oh, yeah, 1. But anyway, maybe walking through London with a placard is very similar to freeing a nation state. I mean, I don't know. That's if you call Palestine a nation state, which I wouldn't. Anyway, gossip. So they were going down outside number 10 on their way to Parliament Square. So all along there, when I went down early, just to, recce for you guys, keep your eyes on the enemy, all of the stalls set up. What a grift. Like, I'm up for, like, when I go to Trump rallies or whatever, there's all the MAGA merch. I love it. You can get a MAGA hat, you can get a little Trump with a waddly head, you can get tea towels, I get it, right? Merch for MAGA. I like it. I buy some usually. I want to support people. I don't care where the money's going. I hope they're getting it, because as far as I'm concerned, spending money to support people trying their best is great. Merch. Pro-Pally merch everywhere. So imagine a MAGA rally or anything where you can buy the hats, the t-shirts, the badges, that's what they had. Stalls and stalls and stalls. And it was like, save Palestine, yeah, all monies will go to Palestine. Will they F-bomb? None of that merch money is going to free Palestine. Let me just tell you that. There was loads. There was badges. You could buy some more tea towels. So say you haven't got enough tea towels to wrap around your head, you could buy some more, which actually, given the faces on most of them, it's quite an advantage when they're bandaged up with a black and white tea towel. One guy was selling olive oil. It wasn't from Palestine. He was just selling olive oil. All right there, Mahmoud. Good on you. Why not sell some olive oil at a pro-Palestine march? I mean, what student doesn't want some more olive oil? Just funny. Let me see. Wouldn't buy a thing, exactly. Let me see what you're saying. Hey, y'all. Hi. Katie, Ant Middleton for London Mayor. She's pro-Israel because she's got a brain. Some people think I am Jewish. Actually, I can't imagine why that would be. But when I was in America last, I got attacked in the street by a man who didn't know who I am. Not that I'm anyone, but because of my nose. I know. I don't know what that is. Racist or just consequences of having a big nose. Look forward to seeing you at Salisbury City Hall in November. I cannot wait for that. That's a brand new venue. It's in the heart of military territory, which I just love. We have a great relationship with the people who just took that over. They've asked us specifically to go and play there. You guys predictably have sold it out within moments. I think there's like 20 tickets left at Salisbury, but it's going to be so nice because it really is. It's going to feel like home. I know it is. And I believe the owners, because they posted that I was going to be there, the normal idiots that aren't ever going to attend but try and get things cancelled because just makes their little tiny chipolatas feel a bit bigger. Oh, I might be able to get Katie cancelled. Oh, I'm so powerful. Bashing one out in his mum's spare room on his sticky keyboard, imagining me dressed as a Nazi. Anyway, the venue said, if you want to come, come. If you don't want to, don't. Yes! So that's progress for me. I love it. Am I going to tour in Asia? I don't know. Am I? I don't mind. I mean, honestly, I've got some, you know, me in Asia, I don't know if that's going to go well for me. There's a few stories I tell on tour. You know, no, I don't know if that's going to go well for me or not. We'll get to Saturday, everybody. Come and tour the US. I would. I don't know why some big conservative male stand-up guy hasn't asked me to be his warm-up girl yet. Do you? I can't imagine why the boys are so scared of me. Can I say thank you? So we had shows last week. What day are we now? Wednesday. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Or was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Whatever. In Keir Starmer's constituency. We didn't advertise them massively because this is a small and new venue for us. But essentially, Katie Hopkins live in the West End, we have made happen. So we performed at Seven Dials in Covent Garden in Keir Starmer's constituency. 3 nights on the trot, completely sold out. Small room, but completely sold out without advertising, obviously, because you understand I'm not allowed. And we've been invited back next year. So we'll make sure you guys that are on our mail lists, katiesarms.com. If you've just got your email on there, just make sure you verify your email and then we'll make sure you get the dates next year. But to walk through Covent Garden, you know, it's all there's all lovely people, but there's also the lefties, the theatre goers, the people who think they own London, you know, the right-on brigade, the people who you know, elected Keir Starmer. And we're walking through there, going up to our venue with our crowd, which just, like, if you imagine all the cancellations and all the unkindness and all of the years of being, you know, like 4 days before rugby, having the venue pull, but then to be invited into Keir Starmer's constituency by the owner of that place. And his team were lovely. And once again, we're able to show what a really nice bunch of people we are. And it was great. And so thank you to everybody who came. Thank you to the venue, Big Phil, and the team, Louis, and all of the people who have cleared up at the end. And thank you to, you know, in particular, Brenda. I think you are 87, sat at the back on, I think, the last show. Thank you for coming. And Brenda, 87, brought her son and her grandson to the show. So we had 3 generations all laughing along together. And thank you also to Ken, who came to one of the shows in the heart of the West End, 90 years old, which is just, you know. And then there was a 20-year-old 2 rows in front. And that's the magic of what we're doing. Okay, we'll get to Saturday. So let's get to Friday first. If you're coming to Skegness on Friday, I really look forward to seeing you there. I'm really excited for Skegness. You'll know I've got a backstory with Skegness, with the hotels there, and in particular, the hotels that refuse to take the Home Office money and sell out Skegness. You'll know there was a massive rally going through Skegness recently. So I'm thrilled to be going up there, thrilled to be thanking everybody, and in particular our guests of honours, which is the hotels that refused the Home Office money. But more importantly, to go and do a Batshit Bonkers Britain show. We've also been rejected from the embassy, I think it's called, for 2 years. And I've been in there in person asking and asking, please let me come. And this year they said yes. And you guys sold it out in about a week, which is unheard of at the embassy in Skeggy. So for all those reasons, just continue. You, using me as a sort of vehicle, I've been called a bike before, you are turning the tide, because we now have Skeggy and the embassy, and they said they'll see how it goes this time before they book again. But I know they'll book again, because people always realise what we are when we're there. Saturday. I don't know if there's something going on Saturday. in London. People keep saying something about it. But I mean, I can't imagine. I just feel like it just seems like maybe 5 million plus will be there. I'm just hearing things about it on the rumour mill. Can I be a mum for 1 minute? So, oh look, I even made a mum note. Now, you know that I'm always on the road, and I've been on the road for 20 years through South Africa, through wherever. So can I just say, I know you all know, I know you're all grown up, I know most of you are ex-military or you have 18 kids, so you don't need to be told. But were I to pack a small bag to go on the road, say on Saturday, for example, like the smallest, lightest, comfiest, double-shouldered rucksack that I own, a small one, then inside that, first of all, I would put a bin bag, so it's got a liner. Yes? So what you want to do is get I should have brought my little rucksack in, but get an old shitty rucksack you don't give a shit about, and first of all, put a bin bag liner, so that when and if it pisses it down, everything stays dry. Next thing you're going to do is get another bin bag, big black bin bag, and put that inside the rucksack, so inside the bin bag liner. So you've got a bin bag liner. Bin bags are the world's most underrated utility bit of equipment. It will provide shelter for you if you get pissed on, or a small child if they're pissed on. If someone's about to be sick, you've got a bin bag. If there's litter everywhere and you're in a public spirited mood and looking after our team and our family, maybe you'll be a litter collector. And at the end of the day, if you're piss wet through, your wet kit can go in that, inside your bag, bosh. Second thing I would definitely pack, a teeny tiny top. Doesn't matter if you're fat, doesn't matter if you're fatter than Fat Brenda. Doesn't matter if you're fatter than the doctor's receptionist. Just get your teeny tiny top and your teeny tiny leggings that weigh nothing, put them in. So that at the end of the day, you're piss wet through, quick change into teeny tiny outfit. Who gives a shit? Bits of you fall out of it, leggings are too tight, your flange is on view. Who gives a shit? You're going to be dry. I don't care what I look like if I'm dry after the end of a long day where I'm very, very tired. Okay, good. Paracetamol. You know me, I'm slightly addicted to painkillers, opioids in particular. I have to be very careful if I'm allowed on gas and air. I can't be allowed near Oromorph or morphine because I have issues. But paracetamol, because if you've got a clanger of a headache at 3 o'clock, you want to get your paracetamol in, otherwise you'll be a grumpy bastard. And we don't want grumpy bastards. Chocolate. Whatever is your thing, chocolate cheese, whatever the sugar thing is, take that. Because at that point, where maybe you'll fall over, maybe you'll be so tired, maybe someone else will fall over and they need chocolate, shove it in their face, Red Bull, bosh, good to go. Maybe cover them in a bin bag. Charge a cable. Because you're going to be on your phone a lot, charge a cable. Think about how you're going to plug it in. Don't just bring a cable. Or have you got one of those charging packs? Or maybe don't give a shit. Maybe you're not going to be on your phone all day. Perfect. Last thing, cheeky tenner in the boob. If you're a bloke, you don't have a bra, I don't know, can you put it under your nutsack? I don't know. Where can you well, maybe shove it up your arse. I mean, maybe put it in a little bag first. I don't know, where can blokes shove money? I think maybe up your arse, but in a bag. So have a cheeky tenner, just because. That's how we roll. Always have a cheeky tenner. You can bribe someone with it. You can bribe someone. You can get half a journey to somewhere. You can give it to someone. I don't know. That's what I put if I was going to be in London for a day on Saturday, for example. And a flag. Ops. Cannot wait. It's going to be epic. So that's that. What else do we need to talk about? Let me see what you're doing. Sock. Put it in a sock. Oh, I see. Yes. Put it in a sock. Yes. I keep cutting myself off. Oh, right. Usually it's me that gets cut off. How about a wallet? No, not a wallet. No, this is the cheeky tenner. You'll have money somewhere else probably, but this is the cheeky spare tenner. If you turn up and you wake up and you don't know where you are, who that strange person is, what this apartment is, where your clothes are or your bag, at least as long as you've got your bra, you still have the tenner. You know what I mean? Not that I've had a checkered past. Someone's saying Charlie Kirk has been shot. That better not be true. Oh my God. Okay, sorry, to update everybody. On the comments here, which are live, it's saying Charlie Kirk's been shot. So we will go verify that and see what's gone on. I know Charlie very, very well. Charlie and I have spent quite a lot of time together. and he has created a conservative movement to ensure a conservative presidency way into the future. In the neck at a Utah rally. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I'm really sorry about the news. I will catch up on it. We'll all pray for Charlie. What I'll say is he's a big, tough guy. And Trump survived being shot. So that's where I'm going right now, is Charlie Kirk deserves to be okay. Must be okay. Gosh, it's all going on. And I guess that whole being shot thing, so I've had stuff thrown on me before. You don't know it's not acid until it's landed. But I think that's just something someone like me, or any of us that might be anywhere on Saturday, you just have to, I personally, just for putting it out here in the Charlie way maybe, I personally accept that could happen. I absolutely walk without security anywhere and everywhere. I don't believe security is ever the answer, actually, and I don't think it helps. I often think security is driven by ego as opposed to security. Secondly, I firmly believe in life, your date, your time is already known. So I think, for me personally, my day is already decided. So that's very helpful because it frees me completely, because I have nothing at all to fear. I don't fear the end. I've sort of done a dress rehearsal for it with my massive surgery because there was no guarantee of coming back. So I would say it's really helpful if you can get to a place where you don't fear the end, because life then becomes very exciting every day. And I think finally, how amazing, whatever happens with Charlie, how amazing to do such big things already in your life. By this point, everybody knows the name. Well, many people know the name Charlie Kirk, and he's created an American movement. And I feel that, for myself, I am already on extra time because my epilepsy was supposed to kill me off at 38 to 40, and I've had another 10 years already. So I guess I was trying to say something about not being fearful in the wake of the Charlie news. No, he's not died. Yes, I knew it. Go on, Charlie. What a legend. And what an indictment of the other side to be losing so hard that your only thing that you can think to do is to shoot someone. Someone comes and shoots me, what a sad way to try and engage with someone, to shoot them. So my loves, be not fearful, walk without fear, get out there and live every damn day. I've often said, actually, and I say this to people who write to me with terminal diagnoses, is that if you get a terminal diagnosis, many people say, and I agree with this, that it is a really great thing for your life, because all of a sudden every day counts. And it sounds kind of a bit, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. It sounds a bit like Michael Ball on friggin' Love Show, wherever it is. I can't bear that man after what he did with Captain Tom. But I will say it definitely makes you go for it. And so go for it. And hopefully when Charlie gets better, he will have a renewed energy to keep going for it. So I will see you on the road. I will see you on the road in Skeggy. I will see you on the road in London. I will see you on the road. I will go and visit Charlie if I can in the next week or so. And I will see you on the road somewhere. And if not, do be reassured, I'll be out there fighting the good fight. And if you're out there thinking of shooting me, yeah, go on, try. Because I tell you what, it'll bounce off. Yeah, these things here, the amount of muscle here, that bullet will ricochet off me and go back in. And then when it ricochets off me and goes back towards you, I hope it shoots you back through your tiny little cock. Okay, lovies, thank you for joining me at the Katie's Arms. God bless to Charlie Kirk. Prayers to him. I'll go and get amongst that now. And I will see you in Skegness. I will see you on Saturday. I'll be, at the front. And God bless Tommy Robinson as well. See you on the road. keep up the good fight and keep looking out for each other. Our family is an amazingly powerful thing, and I can promise you that in the end we win. Thank you very much for listening to me this evening.